on building this expedition truck. So we had a bit of a disaster yesterday. Tasha and I were going away for her 30th birthday. We were just going to go to Camperdown, which is about an hour and a half from Geelong, and we got about half an hour out of Geelong, just near Winchelsea, and the truck engine started making terrible sucking noise. So I pulled over to the side of the road, the rocker cover off, and I was hoping that there might have been a problem with the rocker gear, but there was no problems there. So basically spent a whole day on the side of the road yesterday trying to organise a tow truck, but the cheapest price I could get was $1,600 to get it towed half an hour back to Geelong. So I walked up the road to the closest house and met a lovely guy called Sean, and he agreed to let us leave the truck here for a couple of days. So I went back home and got a heap of tools. This morning I'm just going to take the rocker cover off, take the inspection plates off the side, and I'm hoping that there's something wrong with the valve system. Maybe one of the cam followers might have come loose or broken, or I'm not really sure. But I'm just going to have a better look at it today, hopefully get it running well enough to drive it back to Geelong. Otherwise I'm going to have to get a float and get it towed back. So thank you all so much for watching, and let's have a look. Alrighty, so there's pipes. We've got this engine's got an intercooled turbo, so there's pipes going from the intercooler to the turbo and from the air intake to the intercooler and everywhere. So we're going to take all these pipes off to get to the rocker cover. We'll do that first, and then we'll go around that side and we will take off the inspection plates. Got the rocker cover off. Here's the rocker gear. Now when I give these rocker arms a bit of a wiggle, there's nothing that is really unusual. Like, there's none that are really loose or anything like that, but that doesn't necessarily indicate that there's not a problem with the cam. What we need to do now is take the inspection plates off the side and take one of the inspection plates off the bell housing and try and turn the motor over by hand to get each valve closed on the compression stroke. Then we'll be able to see through the inspection plate if there's a problem with the rod, with the push rod, or with the cam follower. I've taken the inspection plates off, and you can see in here there's the push rods, and these little guys down here are the cam followers. What I've done is put the socket on the alternator, and I'm just using that to turn the engine over. I took the glow plugs out to get the compression out of it, and I'm just turning the engine over and getting the valves until they're closed for the compression stroke. And once they're closed, I should be able to tell if there's anything wrong with these cam followers or with the push rods, just by trying to move them up and down. And I've actually gone along all of them and checked them all, and it doesn't look like there's anything wrong there. So I was really hoping that would be the problem and it'd be alright to drive back to Geelong, but unfortunately it looks like that's not it. There could be a big end bearing, or there could be something wrong with one of the pistons. Maybe a piston skirt's cracked or something. I don't think it's in the bottom end, because the noise is not there all the time. When you first start it up, it sounds fine, and then the noise comes in once it warms up a little bit. So it's not going to need a full rebuild, which is good, but it's going to need a bit of further investigation. So what I'm going to do now is try and organise a truck to come and get it, a low loader. I'll get it back to the shed, and then I'll be able to have a better look at it. It's Monday morning. We broke down on Saturday morning, and I've got someone organised to pick up the truck this evening. So I'm going to meet them out there at about 5 p.m. I think they've got a 20-ton tilt tray or something like that. So we'll get it loaded up, brought back to the shed, and we'll be able to have a better look at it. Normally I sleep in the truck in this warehouse, but since the truck's been broken down, this has been the sleeping arrangement. Got a mosquito net in between two couches here on the ground. Not the most comfortable situation, so I'm looking forward to getting that truck back here and having something a bit more comfortable. We've got the truck on the back of the there was a bit of confusion because it's quite high. We think it might be too high to be legal, but my driver reckons he knows a way to go that won't go under any bridges. We're having a bit of trouble because the driver seems to be a little hard of hearing. I think he might be deaf, so him and I can't really communicate that well, which is making it quite difficult, but I think we're on the same page. We're gonna take a route where there's no bridges. We're about 2/3 of the way back now. We're just going through Geelong. So far we've avoided all bridges. Before we left, I was like trying to make symbols for bridges and trying to communicate like we can't go onto any bridges, but I really didn't need to. He's all over it. He knows what he's doing. But some of the power lines that he's going under now are like, it looks like from where I'm sitting, it looks like they're only just missing. But so far so good. We'll be back soon. Okay, we got it back. That was a rush going through Geelong and like going under the power lines. My heart was pounding. But that driver, he was the loveliest man, and he was so good at driving. He was so friendly, and he was so happy once we got it back and unloaded it, and I was so happy. I could have hugged him. He did such a good job. So I'm just going to leave it here for now, I think. I'm just going to leave it for a few days and just try and emotionally process it. It is a bit of a setback. You know, I've been working on this thing for 6 years now, and it's, you know, when things like this happen and can discourage you a little bit, but you've just got to put one foot in front of the other and just keep moving forward. So the next couple of videos I make, I guess, the first thing I do, I think, I'll take the sump off the engine and have a look at the bottom end bearings, the big end bearings, and try and work out what's going on. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.